All right, welcome back, my fellow hunters. Back with another Monster Hunter Wilds video, and we're going to review the first impressions video of Monster Hunter Wilds. A couple people they selected to play the demo of Monster Hunter Wilds and get their thoughts and opinions on it. I'm not sure if they are Monster Hunter players in particular of the game, or if they're recent players from Monster Hunter World or anything like that, or just, famous YouTubers in general, famous gamers. I'm not too privy on all the top gamers out there, but we're gonna listen to their thoughts and opinions on the demo that as much as they were allowed to play, and pick away and take away from their thoughts and opinions and see if we can kind of figure some things out that we might be getting coming 2025 in Monster Hunter Wilds.
All right, everybody, what's up? My name is Joe from Capcom, one of the community managers on Monster Hunter, and we have a couple of special guests who just had the chance to play Monster Hunter Wilds here at the San Francisco office. First thoughts from playing the hands-on demo?
Just really love the interconnectivity.
I definitely can't get out there to play a demo
now before you kind of get yourself
I'm not
taken
that
out of the
famous.
action, because there's like load screens
Maybe
in
one
between
day.
areas and things like that. But now you just feel like it's such a seamless experience, and it just feels exciting like the whole time. You don't get taken out of that action.
There was no still time. It was so interactive, and I feel like anyone that's going to be playing this game is going to be wanting more, for sure, because that's how I feel right now.
Yeah.
So it kind of sounds like, from what she just mentioned, I think that was Vampy. It's kind of like Monster Hunter World, where World was done very well. It was done very well with the interacting of the environment, the transitions from discovering monsters into fights, into battles where there was no load time or anything like that, and you just get straight to the fight. And the storyline was done very well, in addition to the graphics and the suspense and everything like that. Like, if it's anything like how she's describing, it sounds like it's going to be definitely a transition from World. It's going to be that same style World. We'll get that similar interaction even throughout cutscenes and transitions into the game.
I think even if we gave you like 100 hours,
No, we not enough. Yeah, no, we live here. We literally live here.
It is quite different, yeah, because we were fighting Doshiguma, and he's in a pack, so you want to separate the pack. But normally you don't have to really deal with that with World. Like, maybe you shoot a dung pod at them and it's all good. But this was like the pack, some of the pack was sticking with Doshiguma, so I was trying to like separate them for quite a while, which was very different. And the way that you use Gilly Mantle is totally different.
Yeah, you get a
little sneak attack, which is nice. It does feel familiar, but a lot more different than I expected.
While I was doing one of my hunts, I had like 3 or maybe even 4, because I guess a pack got involved. So it's just like me off to the side on my Sacred trying to escape, and I don't remember his name yet, but the new light Thor Magala is what we call him.
Raydell.
Yeah, Raydell's down there shooting out. It was like watching like a just Battle of the Monsters type movie.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, everybody's getting pooped. Go away. Like, I have one person to hunt here. Too many of you.
I have heard of Fighting
Tell me
Cowboy.
about like how it felt to just explore
it's
this
like
world. You guys were in the Windward Plains.
famous
and you guys were right
or
on a
big
secret
Monster
mission.
Hunter
How was that?
community
I just wanted
gamers.
to kind of see the environmental traps that are there, because that's very different. Like, it actually highlights like a vine trap in a tree, for example, and you can pull it down. So I wanted to kind of experiment with that a little bit. And Sacred's great. It's so cute.
It's much more mobile when it comes to like verticality, which I thought was cool. You know, you can scale certain environments and jump off certain environments, and it has like that glide now. And I noticed like that was like the main way that you switched weapons, so it's very important for you to be able to like get back on it if you want to like change your play style.
The thing about mounts that's so important to me is like, I just need to mount and dismount in the fastest way possible. Like, it was so easy to mount your Sacred. It's so easy to just like call it whenever you need to quickly escape from a bad situation, which I was in.
It felt natural. Everything was insanely.
Also, too, I had a question about the weapon switching. Like, does the build you go with the initial weapon, say you have a melee build, you have a melee weapon to start with, and you have a melee build. Do you have your build switch with the weapon? Like, if you switch to range, will your build change to that particular weapon? Or does the build you go in with have to contour to both weapons? I always wondered that, and I haven't really had an answer on that. If any of you probably heard anything about that, if you basically get two loadouts that you can make. I would imagine that's what it's going to be. You get two loadouts that you get to save which ones you want to take with you or load up on your mount. I would think that's how it's going to go, but I'm not too sure. Let me know in the comments if you know the particulars on that.
Seamless. I keep on saying the word because, like, it seriously is a vast improvement from the previous games. If you've been playing this for a long time, like if you're a huge Monster Hunter fan, all of these changes are going to be so natural that you're going to forget. For a second, I forgot that it was a new thing. That's how natural it felt.
Another thing that surprised me actually was when we looked at the map when we were done with the Doshiguma hunt, there was like 2 Chotacabra on the map.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's new. There's like 2
Yeah,
Chotacabra
it seems like
next
the
to them.
environment fulfills that, like, this is a big old biome and there's going to be multiple things to hunt and multiple things to do.
So how did you guys feel like when that like storm came in?
It was so drastic. I was like, it was actually when it left that I was like, whoa, what just happened? Because we were in the middle of the storm and then suddenly it was gone and I like watched it like disperse around me and I was like, oh my god, what's happening?
Yeah.
I'm like mid battle too, so I'm like I get distracted and this thing just swats me away.
That's when I got into the bad situation. That was like this. There was so much. It was so dramatic, and there was so much going on in the best way. Like it just, my heart was like pounding because I was like trying. It was like a horde of them, and you had to like throw the dun to like disperse them, and I was like, okay, I have to do this, and then the lightning was coming in, and all sorts of.
Visually, it was fantastic.
It was amazing, but it did.
So this Doshiguma, I think that's what they call it. This Doshiguma battle. Is it? I'm curious because normally when you want to separate monsters, you just throw a dung bomb and they'll, flee from the monster. So I'm guessing there's going to be a new mechanic to split up this horde. And I'm guessing he's not going to be the only horde monster in the game. It's probably going to be a more difficult monster that we'll probably have to encounter, possibly, just based on, horde monsters being a thing in this game. Like literally the first monster that you run into is a horde monster. So I'd imagine like further down the line, you're going to have a more difficult horde type monster to deal with. So kind of like the Velocidrome and the Velociprey, only that, there's 3 Velocidromes hunting you, and you got to split them up. But dung bombs are usually good for that, for splitting up monsters. But I guess there's going to be something different to disperse these guys.
Did give you that sense of like danger, which is what you're supposed to be feeling against like these huge monsters. You're just a tiny person, So I love that.
It was like fighting in sand, and then all of a sudden, like, my Palico's like, the weather's coming! And I'm like, what? And then there's lightning strays coming down, and I'm like, okay, this was...
And then I see a Balahara like making a sand pit thing going on, and I'm like, this is just bad news. But it's really cool because like the sky changes and the coloring of the whole biome changes. So it really gives you a different experience of an area.
It's wild.
It's
wild.
Wait, try again.
I really enjoyed it. I think it was very fantastical. Is a great word.
I'm gonna say the word. I think it's seamless. I think it was just that experience where everything felt natural. Everything felt very like, almost like you're like emotionally connected to this world. Like it just felt really real, and I really love that.
I would say like magnetic, because I just feel like I should go back in and play. Yeah, like a magnet.
Like right now.
Yeah.
Like, can we leave?
I couldn't have dreamed for it to be a better game already. It's already that good.
It kind of feels like this is the accumulation of Capcom learning everything from every Monster Hunter, putting it together to make like the ultimate Monster Hunter.
Okay, we've got the feedback from a few of the popular gamers, Monster Hunter gamers, and we just it's great. It's the creme de la creme already just from the demo. So, I mean, I would think they would have to say that. There probably wouldn't be too much criticism to you know, affect sales. But yeah, the game looks great. The visuals look great. Um Obviously new monsters. Um they didn't show us the only the only OG monster we've seen is Rathalos. And you already know if there's a Rathalos, there's gonna be a Raytheon. So I guess we can at least count on that there's two OG monsters that are coming back, Rathalos and Raytheon, from the previews, the weapon previews. I seen my dual blades. I seen the spiky hair that definitely looked like Congalanga, just from the style that Congalanga, that just from that hair, the spiky hair Congalanga always had, and it's pink. You know, it's not too many pink monsters in the game. You got Congalanga and Pink Raytheon and Kutku, but none of them have hair other than Congalanga. So I'm guessing it's Congalanga coming back, just as some repeat monsters that some OG monsters that might be returning into the game. It's been a while for Congalanga. Also, somebody in my comment section mentioned Plesioth, bringing Plesioth back. Now, I could see that. I could definitely see that, like Plesioth being underground, dwelling underground, and there's being a big water pit somewhere where the Plesioth can live, and you know they can bring back that devastating body slam attack that if you are an OG player, you know what that body slam attack does, and it will hurt your feelings. So I think a lot of players today, if they met Plesioth back then, they wouldn't be playing Monster Hunter right now. Just from the fact that the Plesioth like literally smashed like people's will. Like the body slam was a one shot. The hitbox was crazy because Plesioth is super huge, and every time you try to dodge it, you were wondering like, how did I get hit? You literally be on the other side of the attack, and you still get hit and faint, and you just frustration all around for a lot of people. And if you played Monster Hunter 1 with that Plesioth, that kept you from going to high rank. That's that because Plesioth was an urgent quest, and if you couldn't beat it, you couldn't get to the top high rank quest with Gravios, Rathalos, Raytheon, Diablos, etc., etc. Also, that's another monster, the Gravios. We've seen Basarios in so many versions, and again, if you're a newer player, you don't know about Gravios. Gravios is an adult Basarios. All you've seen Basarios the whole time, and maybe you've, you know, looked through the monster log and checked out how many other monsters that you never encountered before if you started in Monster Hunter World. But yes, Gravios is an adult Basarios, and Gravios is freaking huge. It's about the size, if not bigger than a Plesioth, and Gravios was fun. I like Gravios. It was a fun hunt. It was devastating too, but very slow. But you know, over time they gave it better mechanics. Like it gave it a charge attack where it could just run. It'll run and just roll over on you. It was fun. So Gravios should be another monster to make a return, hopefully. But we'll have to see. You know. But yes, just from the sound of, you know, the people who got to play the demo, I wish I was one of them. the Monster Hunter Wilds is going to shape up to be basically another classic like world. And I felt Sunbreak was a classic, even though everybody felt it was too easy. Then Master Rank came out, then everybody was complaining. And then once we got, the better armor and skills, everybody felt it was easy again. But everybody played Longsword as well. So, well, not everyone, but a good majority played Longsword. So, if you don't mix up your play style and mess with other weapons, it's gonna get stale. Thank you, guy riding bike. It'll get stale. So using a weapon you're not familiar with is like basically like playing the game all like brand new. It's like a brand new game. Like going from longsword to charge blade, it's like a brand new game. Like learning a new weapon. So try to be more versatile, and you'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy all the new things you can do with a weapon you're not familiar with, and you'll have a bunch more fun making builds and exploring the new weapon that you're not familiar with. It's gonna make you want to try other weapons. But I'm going to leave it here. That's it from me for this first impressions video. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you saw the first impression video yourself or you watched it with me, let me think. One second, Mr. Softy wants to interrupt my video. Okay, yes. So, yeah, let me know what you thought in the comments. Your first impressions, what you think is missing, what you think should come back. Yeah, let me know what you think. Let me hear your thoughts. But that's it from me. I'd like to thank you for watching as always. Hit the like button, like, share, subscribe. Tune into the next videos, and I will see you then. Peace.